What do you mean by transmission line? So transmission line is a connector which transmits energy from one point to another. The study of transmission line theory is helpful in the effective usage of power and equipment. So if I talk about the basic transmission lines, I have two wire parallel transmission lines, I have coaxial lines, strip types of straight transmission lines, and the waveguides. Now, while transmitting or while receiving, the energy transfer has to be done effectively, so without wastage of power. Now, to achieve this, there are certain important parameters which needs to be considered. So, you might have seen two parallel wires where you're having actual two parallel conductors separated by some dielectric material. One will be considered as a ground and other one you are giving some input. Okay, it will be positive and negative kind of things. Coaxial cable, I think I have given you how this coaxial cable looks like. Okay, ऐसे वाला. This is inner conductor, this is the outer conductor. These are the insulators. Strip type material. Now these are generally, if I talk about these two, these two transmission lines are used for the microwave frequency. So this is the sorry, all discussion about the transmission line. Okay. Now to understand how this transmission line, there are some important parameters of the transmission line. एक होता है उसका resistance, दूसरा inductance, capacitance and conductance. So if I denote resistance, inductance, capacitance and conductance. So resistance plus inductance, if I add R plus L, this will be called as the impedance. ठीक है. Then capacitance plus conductance will be called as the admittance. So you might have heard this is Z and this will be admittance means Y. So Z parameters, Y parameters, something like you might have already studied. Resistance is nothing but, if I say resistance is nothing but the rho L by A. Rho is the resistivity of the conductor material which is constant. L is the length of that conductor and A is nothing but the, you can say, area of the cross section. ठीक है. So this R is equal to rho L by A. So cross section area is L. So as your cross section area increases, your resistance decreases because R is inversely proportional to the area. जैसे आप एरिया इंक्रीज करेंगे आपका रेजिस्टेंस डिक्रीज हो जाएगा, या फिर जैसे आपका रेजिस्टेंस डिक्रीज, इफ यू वांट इंक्रीज द रेजिस्टेंस, क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया कम कीजिए. Skin effect. Now here, temperature and the frequency of the current are the main factors that affect the resistance of line. The resistance of a conductor varies linearly with the change in the temperature. Okay? So if the frequency of the current increases, the current density towards the surface of the conductor also increases. So you just remember this one. This is a very important effect when it comes to the microwave frequency or to the high frequency. Okay? So here, you must to take care of temperature and the frequency. Now, whenever the temperature and the frequency of the current, you can say this, I can say temperature and frequency decides the resistance of that line, or your resistance depends on the frequency as well as the temperature. So resistance of the conductor varies linearly with the change in the temperature. So अगर अपना temperature increase हुआ है, your resistance will also change and it will vary linearly. Whereas if the frequency of the current increases, the current density toward the surface of the conductor also increases. Your current density increases with the frequency. अगर आपने फ्रीक्वेंसी इंक्रीज किया है, आपका करंट डेंसिटी इंक्रीज हो रहा है, लेकिन वो कहाँ पे, टुवर्ड्स द सरफेस ऑफ द कंडक्टर. ठीक है. Otherwise the current density towards the center of the conductor increases. ठीक है. So this means more current flow towards the surface of the conductors. अगर आपका ये कंडक्टर है, to high frequency density tries to confine to the outer surface. ठीक है. फिर आपका यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा, your more current flow towards the surface of the conductor, so it flows less towards the center, which is known as the skin effect. And what is our requirement, अगर ये आपका कोएक्सियल केबल है तो आपका करंट जो है वो सेंटर से फ्लो हो जाना चाहिए, लेकिन जब फ्रीक्वेंसी इंक्रीज होता है आपका करंट डेंसिटी विल बी you can say increases towards the skin or towards the, I can say surface of the conductor. ठीक है. And that's why the efficiency of that particular cable reduces, or efficiency of that transmission line reduces, which is called as the skin effect. Why skin? Because your current is trying to flow towards the skin of that particular conductor, and that's why this effect is called as the skin effect. And that's why for the very high frequency, your conventional lines like your parallel wire, your coaxial cable fails. That's why we are going for another transmission line, which is nothing but the waveguides. So if you see, you don't have you are having an open structure, hollow metallic tube, either of a circular type or a rectangular type you are using here. This is a hollow tube, you don't have anything. So you're using air as a dielectric medium here. So air is an ideal dielectric material. Okay? That's why losses will be less in that case. So this is the skin effect. Inductance, you know what is the inductance. In an AC transmission line, the current flows sinusoidally. This current induces the magnetic field perpendicular to the, so if I'm saying this is my electric field, I just change the color. So yeah, so this is your, you can say, electric field. अगर ये आपका electric field है, so perpendicular to this electric field there will be the, I can say, magnetic field. ठीक है. Now which also varies sinusoidally. So this varying magnetic field induces electromagnetic fluxes into the conductor. Now this induced voltage or EMF flows in opposite direction to the current flowing initially. Okay, so the EMF flowing in the opposite direction is equivalently shown by a parameter known as inductance. So which is the property to oppose the shift in the current, and it is denoted by L and the unit is Henry. Similarly, the conductance denoted by G. There will be a leakage current between the transmission line, okay, and a ground also. So between the phase conductor. So this small amount of leakage current generally flows through the surface of the insulator. So inverse of this leakage current is termed as the conductance, and it is denoted by G. So the flow of line current is associated with the inductance, and the voltage difference between these two points is associated with the capacitance. So as we have already seen, R plus or R and L collectively will be called as the this, and C plus G collectively called as the admittance. Okay. Capacitance, the voltage difference between the phase conductor, gives rise to the electric field between the conductors. So the two conductors are just like a parallel plates, and you are having some dielectric. So here dielectric is assumed as the air in between them. So this pattern gives rise to the capacitance effect because of these two conductors. So this is now characteristic impedance. So these things we are going to talk in a later section sessions also. So when it comes to the characteristic impedance, I am assuming that I have infinite line. Okay, this line is an infinite line transmission. If I cut that line somewhere here, and if I see the complex ratio of VI by, this will be called as the characteristic impedance. Okay, otherwise if my line is a lossless line, this ratio of L and C also gives me the characteristic impedance. Now here one care should be taken that whenever you need to transmit a complete power or deliver a complete power from transmission line to the load, this characteristic impedance must meet to the load impedance. Otherwise your reflections will be there, ZL minus Z0, ZL plus Z0. This will be the reflections which is in the range of 1 to 0, and which will limit the performance of your transmission line. So always take care that your load impedance is your characteristic impedance is terminated with the load impedance which is same. So if they are same, this will be 0. 0 by something will be 0, and your reflections will be 0. So complete power will be delivered to the load. Okay, and that's why you need to do a impedance matching. So impedance matching is very much important. As I have already told you in terms of the load, that rho is nothing but the reflection coefficient, ZL minus Z0, ZL plus Z0. In another way you can write a reflection coefficient is nothing but the reflected voltage divided by incident voltage. So in this way also you can calculate the VI. So at a load terminals. Now voltage standing wave ratio, where you need to understand whenever you're using transmission lines like this. Okay, some are the transmitted wave and some of the reflected waves, and because of that Waves are formed inside this transmission line, and these are called as the standing waves. So the ratio of maximum voltage is called as the Vmax, and the minimum voltage is called as the mean. So ratio of Vmax by Vmin is called as the standing wave ratio. Ideal standing wave ratio is 1, because I don't want that, like Vmax Vmin 1:1. So I don't want any reflections there. Okay? So that's why this ratio is 1. So how you're going to calculate the standing wave ratio? S is equal to Vmax by Vmin, and your standing wave ratio may varies from 1 to infinity, because your standing wave ratio depends on the reflection coefficient. 1 plus rho divided by 1 minus rho. Okay? So if you're talking about the voltage standing wave ratio for a perfect transmission line or for ideal transmission line, this value must be unity. That must be 1. So this is all about the voltage standing wave ratio. Now how we will talk about the efficiency of the transmission line. So the efficiency of transmission line is defined as the ratio of the output power to the input power. आपने किसको कितना पावर दिया है और आपको कितना पावर डिलीवर हुआ है. So power delivered at reception and power sent from the transmission end. If you want to calculate it into the percent, obviously your power delivered will also be always be the less than what you have sent there. ठीक है. परफेक्ट अगर है आपका कंडक्ट ट्रांसमिशन लाइन and it is perfectly terminated, or it is terminated with the ideal load, that your load impedance is equal to the transmission line impedance, characteristic impedance, complete power will be. So maximum efficiency आपका 1 हो सकता है, परसेंट में 100%. ठीक है. So this is all about the transmission. Voltage regulation, we'll skip this part. Losses, I think I have already explained you. Attenuation loss, ये क्या होता है? Now, if I have a transmission line like this, I am just taking a simple transmission. यहाँ पे आपने कुछ input दिया है, यहाँ से कुछ output दिया. So I'll say this is my incident voltage, this is my received. ठीक है. So the whatever you have received will always be less than whatever you have incident. So difference between this ER minus EI divided by total is nothing but the attenuation loss. So this ratio is nothing but the attenuation. How much attenuation you have received over there. Reflection losses, the same. Transmission loss, this is simple ratio of incident energy divided by total energy. ठीक है. ये transmission loss है. यहाँ पे आप you are not going to talk about return loss. So what is the incident energy and what is the reflected energy? That ratio is called as the return loss. Insertion loss, आपने you are having transmission line, यहाँ पे कुछ E1 energy दिया है, you have received E2. ठीक है. So because of insertion of this particular transmission line, how much energy get lost is called as the insertion loss. ठीक है. So this is all about the transmission line.